We're going to bring out the cast one at a time, y'all. I want y'all to cheer super loud for each and every one of them. First up, he never gave up on humanity, and he never gave up on Robo Knight either. He played Troy the Red Ranger. It's Andrew Gray! Next up, she's fought the Armada, she's fought Lord Draven, and even M. Bison. Give it up for Gia the Yellow Ranger, Ciara Hanna! His skills with the blade are rivaled only by his brain power. Let's hear it for Noah the Blue Ranger, John Mark Loudermilk.
Doubling up on microphones.
Her universal empathy and love of nature inspired us to fight for our own planet. Please welcome Emma the Pink Ranger, played by Christina Masterson. With coffee for everyone. Does she need a hand? Okay, they've got it.
She got her orders.
Yeah.
Yes.
The heart and laughter of the team, the loyal friend everyone wants in their corner, the Black and Green Ranger, Jake. Let's hear it for Azim Rizik. And finally, the lone alien survivor who found a new home and purpose on Earth, maybe even the strongest ranger in all of history, the champion of Andrasia, Orion the Silver Ranger. Let's hear it for Cameron Gibo. All right, let's hear it. The cast of Megaforce and Super Megaforce.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for coming straight in here after the doors opened. That's very cool of you all.
Yeah. First of all, are these mics, can everybody hear us okay? Yeah, we're good? Yeah, I also
Testing.
everyone's like up front. You know, I feel like we could do it without.
We can
Yeah,
smush
squeeze in. Everybody get a good, you know.
Come
Yeah,
down.
don't be shy.
Come down.
But also, if you're comfortable where you're sitting, you can
Yes.
stay where you're sitting. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
Get close. We do not bite.
No pressure.
We don't bite unless you're into that sort of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're in the Armada, maybe, but we're cool. Y'all are cool. Real quick, 10 years of Megaforce.
10 years.
Where did the time go?
It goes under our eyes and into our double chins and into our gray hairs, and that's where the time is.
Oh man, I feel you. I got
We were actually just talking about how 12 years ago we were in that exact same hallway in our spandex waiting to get announced in I think this room.
Yeah.
Was it this room?
I think so. Yeah, they had the massive
They had the massive.
the massive screen right here.
It was a lot. There was a lot
Was
more
anybody
people
here?
at that time.
Did that happen? That was in 2012.
12.
Was anyone here in 2012? Show of hands.
Is your first
Really?
time?
Really?
Woo!
Wow. Wow. And whose first time is it?
1, 2,
First
3.
time? Wow. Welcome.
Woo!
Well, normally at a Super Megaforce panel, this is all the way back, but just scheduling conflicts this year.
He's not entirely wrong. Like, we do typically have quite the crowd.
Okay, focus.
I thought it was on point to talk about crowd size.
I will say, Cameron has another panel. He's double booked, so we're gonna focus some questions on Cameron first. But first, I gotta ask, you guys have maybe the best chemistry of all of the teams. Like, I'm talking as people. There's maybe one other team that comes close.
Who?
A Time Force. Like, they all
Yeah,
get along.
Time Force
It's
is
y'all and
super
Time
tight.
Force.
Oh, that time force.
Oh, come on. We love Time Force.
Yeah, but no. First of all, happy to have all 6 of y'all here. It wasn't like that up until this week.
Yeah.
But was that chemistry immediate? Did it take time for y'all to grow into that, or were you instant friends when you were first cast on the show?
Oh, man.
I felt like we kind of fell into it pretty quickly. We also, because we all got along pretty well, we decided to all live together when we were in New Zealand, and that was quite a fun time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, look, like any dynamic, that gets close enough to be like a family, there's going to be like really crazy ups and downs. But I can speak for myself when I say that I was immediately made to feel like I was like right at home in the Ranger family. Hey, Davi. Yeah.
That right there was the Dino Charge Megaforce team up that never
That was
happened.
amazing. Yeah, that was amazing.
We had when we first got there, you know, they give you like Saban gives you like a living stipend, right? And so when we all did the math, we thought, okay, well, we could all live solo, but this isn't really going to work out that well. If we live together, then we can actually we can stretch this, right? And then it came time to like, okay, what are we going to find that works for all of us? And so we ended up staying in a psychiatric institute, a former psychiatric institute.
It was a therapist office.
It was a therapist office, dude.
The little sinks.
Same thing.
Psych ward, therapist office.
The point is, our bedrooms were basically offices. Yeah. And when
I had the biggest one.
The tiniest human had the biggest room.
And when Cameron came into town, he took the sunroom in the back, which was like I imagine it was like the meditation room originally or something.
It wasn't a room though.
It was a cot. I slept
No
on a
door.
cot
It's
for
a
like half.
living room area.
Yeah.
That's probably
With mold.
double of these tables.
It was very small.
That's right, the shiniest room.
That's very true.
Didn't you feel lucky?
Well, look, I did have my own apartment. So
Talk about dynamic. What was cool though is Cameron had his own apartment, and yet he still. I'm good.
Okay.
Yet he still stayed at our house, which you could see like that's how the chemistry was. We just were all together. Even when we went on vacation, like we all went on vacation together.
there were
Well,
times.
some of us, yeah.
Oh, Drew.
Some of us had to stay behind. Some of us had to stay behind. But I think we still have that to this day. Like we, go
We
on
liked
trips
hanging out with each
together.
other.
Yeah.
We liked hanging out with each other so much that after like a 16-hour day, we would still be like, let's go blow off steam together and go bowling or something. Like we all did it together. It was really cool.
I couldn't imagine it any other way though.
Right. And we were all on an adventure. We were shooting on the other side of the world. We met each other, I think, all for the first time, probably in the audition and process, but it was like, passing bys, and then we get the reveals of who's going to be the characters, and then we're on a plane, and they pick us up, and we're all excited, and we're all there at the airport. And has anybody traveled overseas with a group of people or a family or friends? If you run into strangers and you're kind of like you just become like a little family, a little tribe. And we were on an adventure, and I think that's what really bonded us.
All right,
A
so
lot of first times, a lot of first experiences.
for Cameron and Christina, I have a question for y'all. You two have my favorite episode of both seasons.
Yes.
It's called United as One. There's a lot of costume changes. You guys get to be cops, a wedding couple,
got
paramedics,
married.
cheerleaders. First of all, what was that like actually getting wardrobe changes?
It felt like it was unbelievable.
It was like, oh, I can't believe we were the two picked to
Yeah.
get to change clothes.
Right.
We got that
It was
call.
like winning the lotto at that point.
It really
Yeah. I love that episode because there's a sequence that just gets Looney Tunes wacky, like Bugs Bunny wacky with all the costume changes y'all remember. Was that as fun and wacky to film, or was it more of like okay, now we got to take 30, everybody costume change and makeup? What was that energy like?
It was fun. Yeah.
No, it was a ton of fun. I specifically remember when we were in the EMT outfits, like driving around the ambulance and everything. That day was super rainy, and I got to see something for the first time in my career as an actor that I would come to know as like a highly skilled situation. To cut the rain out of the scene, they have to build these like giant shades. They're not just easy up tents that you like get under and film under. They do these giant, big like scrimps they call them, and they're like 20 feet by 20 feet or whatever. And we parked the ambulance underneath, and we got to do the whole scene dry because our gaffers and our grips were so skilled, and they build this like massive contraption to make it look like we're in sunshine essentially. and they just do a light above it, and it diffuses the light enough so it makes it look like daytime. And that was it. I mean, we just sat there in the back of the ambulance watching them build, and it was the coolest thing ever.
I have no memory of that.
Do you remember?
I'll be in my trailer.
Do you remember when we had to kiss?
Do you remember when one of them broke?
No, we didn't
All the
kiss.
guys are like checking all the gaps.
hey, guys,
Oh,
did we
this is a
kiss?
sweet
Did we
setup
kiss?
here. What kind of filters using? I'll be in my
I don't
trailer.
think so. We did not.
Yeah.
No, we got close to kissing. You were like, oh, the thing that makes this monster.
He steals
come out is-
happiness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You have to kiss me.
If Emma
Was I
Orion like
even in
kissed
New
before
Zealand?
Jake and G, I'd be pissed.
You know what's funny?
We
Somebody.
didn't even get a real one.
No,
We got
you got
what we
a
got.
cheek kiss.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day. They were trying to ship me and Emma, or me and Noah.
Oh, you know, for sure.
And I hadn't thought about that before, but now it's kind of like, oh, obviously.
What would it be? Or Noah?
Orion or Noah?
Naha?
Or not.
Like if you know you put it together. Or Ryan and
No,
Noah.
no, it's called No Ryan.
Rhina.
I
Or
should be guys
Rhina.
now.
Or Rhina.
No Ryan.
No Ryan, yeah.
No, Ryan. Yeah, that's
What else were we in that episode? We were EMT. We were married. We were.
Christina's
I
a
was
cheerleader.
You were a cheerleader?
We were also cops. Remember, we had those cool 70s glasses.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
Were we something else?
I think that's all of
I
it.
think that's it.
They should have
Wedding
done more.
couple. Yeah. I needed way more.
They
I needed
reused
way
the
more.
cop. They reused the cop costume for the EMT costume. They just ripped all the police stuff off and put on like Red Cross badges or something. Yeah.
Christina.
Christina has no
What
memory.
happened?
All right. So coincidentally, you actually kind of touched on one of my next questions, the Cameron or the Orion Emma ship. I always like looking for subtext, and in that scene, you have this great goodbye where you tell everyone like what you learned from them before you go back off. There's kind of a moment between Orion and Emma. Was there ever anything they talked about in the script, like, oh, maybe this will be a thing, but we never got around to it, or am I just looking too deep into this?
I just had to cry.
What?
Yeah, they had me cry, right?
They had you
Tear.
cry a tear when I left? Yeah. I think she was the most affected by my departure, but they never like explicitly said there's going to be a subtext of Emma and Orion. But you remember there were a couple of scenes where she and I had some just us two like walk and talks of just like talking about stuff and everything. And so I think she does not remember anything
I
from this
should
show.
I should probably rewatch it.
Those
Maybe.
night shoots.
We were literally walking around a playground for one of them for some reason, like. But yeah, we talked. They tried to establish like.
Excited about the wardrobe change. You forgot about everything.
Everything else.
Yeah. Maybe I just. I mean, I typically don't have that great of a memory, but. But yeah, like they didn't explicitly say it, but they definitely established a relationship between us.
Yeah.
And that was kind of obvious. Just at least a closer friendship with us two.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's why they can't sit us next to each other, guys. That's the problem. Like, remember we'd be like, we're trying to have a table read, guys, and we're like, oh yeah, can we start? They're like, we're 40 minutes behind because we're just be.
They
Is that
gave
what
up on
this
table
reminded
reads.
you of?
They gave up on table reads because I don't want to trash the brand at all, but they were. All the episodes were the
it's
same, so they were like, "Oh, we don't need 2 table reads. You know how this is gonna go."
Tiger Claw, like dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
All I remember from the table reads is Drew taking the centers out of the sushi rolls. Man, this guy.
He would eat everything but the rice.
Pop the centers out and leave all the rice balls.
Yeah,
But I loved rice, so it worked out.
symbiotic relationship.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Steve just loves food.
I just love food.
No waste. No waste here. We do love.
All right, so I don't know when Cameron has to leave, but I want to make sure to get some questions that encompass him as well as everyone else. Over in Japan, they do 10-year, 20-year, 30-year reunion specials for their teams a lot lately. It's the 10-year reunion special. We just had, Mighty Morphin did their 30. In your mind, what would be the plot and title of the Megaforce 10 years later Netflix reunion special? What would you want to see done?
I would send a distress signal to Andreja, and they would be coming to help me save my planet, instead of me having to leave my planet.
Yeah.
For
That's
so
revenge. Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
come to your planet.
Or
Orion.
we do something like I could see something like Invincible,
Yeah.
where your planet's coming to take over our planet, and so you're having to tell them like, no, man, these
I have to
guys
fight
are cool.
against
yeah.
my own people.
That'd be cool.
I was thinking we're doing like a
different
Power Ranger
Or-
generation show.
Or meet the
Instead of
parents.
building a Megazord, we're building a new home.
I know.
parents?
Who
We could meet our parents.
I feel like that'd be great. Or I see a Zemo.
I could be the bad guy, yeah.
Or it's just a 2-hour-long soap opera. Like, we don't even morph at all. It's just a 2-hour-long reunion soap opera of just our relationships. I don't know. Yeah, I think the whole, like, them coming to Andrasia, it would fit in the budget. If it's only like an hour-long special, I think
Yeah.
they could do like a cool, like they could
See a
create a
scene
world
just
on
like-
a set and
Yeah,
we
I
could
think
do
I
it.
would watch that. I would
Yeah.
watch it. I think a lot of people would watch that. In my mind, you could call it like Power Rangers Megaforce Never Surrender or something for the title, you know.
And maybe
something
we could
nice,
actually
something
get a
nice.
legendary battle worthy of talking about.
All right, we always got to get some nerdy questions. Y'all had the power to turn into every legendary ranger. Over in Japan, sometimes they would turn into superheroes that weren't Japanese Power Rangers. They would turn into different franchises every once in a while. So if you could have a key that would let you turn into a superhero from anything outside of Power Rangers, comics, live action, cartoons, Beetleborgs, what would you want your character to turn into?
Aang, the Last Airbender.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer this and then I'm going to bounce. So thank you guys all for coming in. Thank you for letting me go to 2 panels.
Yeah, baby.
I'm going to be Captain Planet.
Captain Planet,
I love you all. I'll see you on the floor, okay?
Yeah. That's good.
Bye, Cameron.
It would be cool to. And then there were 5.
This is now just the
original
Megaforce
five.
panel.
I would want to like change my whole like body, like Street Sharks. You guys remember Street Sharks? That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Wow, they agree.
Yeah, I think the Scarlet Witch would be
Oh, I
fun.
already
She's
Last
super-
Airbender. Yeah, no, I'd be Aang.
Yeah, Sarah, you. What would you want to do? Anything.
Do you guys remember Daria?
Good answer, good.
Yes. What's the guy's name? Trent? Trevor? Trent? Huh?
No, this is the. But you can join us if you want.
It's the Megaforce panel.
Hi, I'm Nichi. I'm from Japan, and Masked Rider,
Oh, wow.
Sentai,
Yeah.
and also the Beetleborgs, Metallics,
No way.
stunt coordinator. Nice to meet you, everyone. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You guys know the Koichi?
Koichi, yeah.
Koichi and Noguchi-san.
Yeah.
They're my friends.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you guys.
We didn't either.
No, it yeah.
Andrew,
Yep.
any other superhero you want your character to turn into?
Turn into. Big fan of Dragon Ball. I think that'd be amazing. Go to like I don't know, Super Saiyan mode or something like that. That'd be freaking sweet. Well, they kind of did that.
Yeah,
in
you
know.
have like a Super Saiyan scene, so it makes sense.
The Super Saiyan.
All right.
Ciara, did you go?
Yeah, Scarlet Witch.
Oh. What superhero would you like to turn into?
Yeah.
Anybody.
Anybody? Ultraman. Ultraman Tiga. You know Ultraman Tiga. And also Masked Rider Alex. And Blacks and Gavin.
So many.
You know Gavin? Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I turned
Barney?
into Gavin, Charivan. You guys Charivan? Gavin, and also I did I think Masked Rider and Masked Rider Nigo. It's a long time ago though. And also Power Rangers and then Bioman. You guys don't know Bioman? Bioman and also let's see Alex and
You want
Black
all of these
and
Shit, I can't.
Beetleborgs. Like that. Cool. Yeah. You guys are cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm just gonna hide that.
No, you guys are main stars, so we are behind the stars. So.
All right, so we talked about before you left the potential Orion Emma ship, but there's also the biggest ship in this whole part of kind of the whole show, Gia and Jake. Azim, you've talked about how you had to kind of make acting choices to keep that alive because the writers kind of just let it slip for the most
Well,
part.
they didn't let it. Well, they kind of.
Yeah.
There was a reason behind it.
They did. I mean, the very first episode, it sure looked like there was going to be a whole triangle between the three of us.
The first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah. Triangle, yeah.
Who's the
Remember?
third?
Drew. She's looking at Drew, and I'm looking at her, and Drew's looking at the teacher.
Well, when we got casted, me and Azim,
together, human beings can do anything.
they really loved me and Azim's chemistry. We did a really good
Yeah.
chemistry read. So they wanted. I don't know if they had in mind who they wanted or what they wanted, but they decided to have Jake and Gia have a little thing between them. But after the 3rd episode, it apparently was escalating too quickly. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which I don't think that was the case, but we
No.
just did.
They just,
really
I
well.
think they got concerned because of the age. You know, they were like, oh no, we actually don't want there to be a boyfriend-girlfriend. And they felt like it was going to turn into a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, and then it would be like, oh.
Yes.
Now that's all we're dealing with, and what happens when they break up? Now we got to deal with that, and they're like, no, we'll just have them not do anything until the last episode of the second
Well, no,
season.
they didn't even have that. Remember, we added that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so everything after
right.
the 3rd
We
episode,
forgot
me
about
and
that.
Azim, we added because we did not. We think that.
We had to add a bunch of little moments because we're like,
Yeah.
and it really, it's difficult to do, right? Because you can't change the script. You can't improvise in Power Rangers because it's translated into 70 languages. So if you improvise, now you're, saying the wrong word in a different language and it doesn't translate well, right? So everything has to get approved. So what we would have to do is like choose to sit next to each other in certain scenes and try and get them to stage us that way. Or like in the Halloween episode, where we have to be around the table and we're like, oh no, like maybe she gets scared for a second and she could,
Yeah.
We have to add these little bits in there so that it's like, no, they still have the crush, even though there's absolutely nothing in here about it.
Yeah, and the finale episode was just.
But
us
no
wa-
blood, right?
Yeah, no brother,
blood.
sister. Yeah.
No love, no blood.
Yeah, that's right.
For kids.
No love, no blood. That's right.
That's the Power Ranger and the Power Ranger and also Masked Rider, Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
But in Japan,
Yeah.
everything's fine.
Yeah.
Bloody.
That's great.
You know what? When we did the stunt work, that this is a totally big difference rule. We cannot punch face. We cannot kick face. Only over here. That's a limited action. We have to do it in U.S. and also the North America because it's kind of violence code, especially for kids show.
Yeah.
But in Japan, we can punch a face, we can kick a chest, but we cannot kick between the legs.
Yeah. You can or can't?
No, we can't.
You
we
can.
can. We can. But we can do punching and bloody face. That's fine. That's Asian rule. But European rule, American, they're very strict TV code.
Yeah.
That's why we are very hard to make a choreography. Only chest. So that's the situation.
Yeah, that's why we always had to kick chest and
Right.
never face.
Right. Never face. Never face.
No blood, no love.
Yes. But in Japan, that's okay.
That's a good tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Do you have that tattooed somewhere? No blood, no love?
Nowadays, tattoo is okay, but maybe 5 years ago, even in Japan,
No
I mean,
tattoo. No
that's
tattoo.
no good. How about you guys?
Tattoos?
Tattoo is okay?
Yeah, tattoos are good. As long as it's not where you can see it on camera.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Means no tattoo, right?
Yeah, well, you can get like, foot.
Oh,
It's okay, yeah.
Nowadays, the fashion.
Other places is fine too,
That's fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's fashion.
All right, so I have a question for Ciara about your kind of angle of that whole romance plot. In your opinion, when did Gia warm up to Jake? Because she very much starts off like, hey, maybe not, When does she start to like him back?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know the exact moment. Definitely in Super Megaforce, there's quite a difference in an arc with Gia. In the beginning of Megaforce, she's a lot more. She smiles less, if you noticed. A lot more serious. She takes everything to the. I mean, she's a perfectionist. With Super Megaforce, she definitely relaxed. With her team's help, Jake is the goofball that she needs. To just have some fun. So I would say Super Megaforce, she definitely noticed it and tried to play coy a little bit with it and I don't think she wanted to admit it to herself until the end. She kind of was like, you know what? Yeah. That's it.
All right, good answer.
I'm done.
She does smile more in Super Megaforce. I was in the middle of a
See?
rewatch. She's 100% right.
Yeah.
Question for you, John.
Yes.
Your character has this really interesting arc very early on. Noah can barely lift the snake axe, questioning himself. Later on, Super Megaforce, he's maybe the best swordsman in the entire show.
True.
Part of that is obviously the writing. Another part is you have two different Sentais to, match to. Very different body language. As an actor, how did you go about kind of reconciling that switch from the Megaforce footage to the Super Megaforce footage, where he's all of a sudden a master with a sword?
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting in and of itself because they gave us all of the Japanese footage to watch. So I think a lot of our characters were, can you guys hear me? A lot of our characters were switched and we had different roles. I think for me it was like my first character was not as like brazen, and then my like Super Megaforce, that guy was a badass. So it was just completely different. But I think the overarching thing was like Noah needed confidence to be a part of this team, and he felt like he was not one of them in a way, and then he gained it, in the second season. So I think that's kind of what we wanted to show to children, is like to just believe in yourself, and you'll get there. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Thanks.
Better than mine. I don't know. I just she seemed cool.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us. Let's hear it.
Thank you. Big hand, big hand. No blood, no love.
I think you got bored with my answer, but anyway, so
He heard believing in myself, I'm out. Yeah.
yeah, I opened my mouth and he left. So
Yeah,
I mean that was kind of it. It was like I think we all had really good overarching sort of character arcs from season 1 to season 2, which was really cool. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, Andrew, I have a question for you. I've been wondering this for 10 years. Where did Robo Knight come from in the Legendary War? Like, he has this great death scene a couple episodes earlier, but then he just shows back up. Your character has the strongest bond with him. Where do you think, what manifested him or brought him back to fight by y'all's side at the end there?
He hit rock bottom and he came back up. I think we all
hit
do
rock
that.
bottom.
Well,
Wait, his rock bottom was death?
yeah, he had his resurrection. He came back for us.
yeah,
he
yeah,
had his,
yeah.
his
Resurrected.
mission to fulfill.
Also, you can't keep Chris Hour down.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you
Actor,
can't.
yeah, Chris Howard. He's in Bali right now. He's probably watching this.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Hey, Chris.
Actors. Get the bucket heads. That's how he sounds.
Yep. So, let's see. I just want to make sure we have time for y'all's questions. So maybe, someone want to tap that mic, make sure it's live, because I feel like that would be the Q&A mic. Okay. All right, I got a couple more questions, but if we want to start making a line, we can open it up to Q&A in just a little bit here. And then at the end, I'll have a couple of closing questions. And Azim, I wanted to prompt you with something, and then you're like, ask it to me live.
Give it to me.
Don't give it to me. All right, grass is greener or bluer. Originally was supposed to be an episode where green and yellow switch,
Right.
but green and blue in y'all seasons are the ones who do impressions of each other.
Yeah.
Could you give us what it would have been like if you had to do the Gia impression if that body swap happened?
Absolutely.
Oh, here
I would be honored.
He needs a space.
Okay. Yeah, listen. Hey, just look away,
Do it in the front, right here.
It's a little sexier than that, okay? There we go.
She's on a mission. Hell yeah.
How would we do the one of the fight scenes? It'd be
I did a lot of
Ow,
kicks.
ow, 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 ow.
Okay.
And now do one of her voices.
one of her voices. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. One of her voices?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can do your voice. I don't think I can do your voice. I don't think I'm gonna try that one, you guys. It's just gonna sound like a little. It's gonna sound like a pixie. It's not gonna sound like you at all.
Yeah, I don't sound like a pixie.
No. Yeah.
I'm like a dude pixie.
Yeah. No. I guess I should have gotten a prompt on that so I could practice the voice behind the
You
scenes.
could have been practicing the voice all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no, that was good.
We'll have to just live off of that walk. For
Yeah,
now.
we'll live off the walk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to start to open it up to Q&A. Just a couple things to prompt everybody. Remember, let's try and keep the questions really insightful. Let's ask some interesting things they haven't heard before. But also, Power Rangers show that teaches us kind of above all everything else is respect. So let's also keep the questions respectful. And thank you. I practice. All right, why don't you give us your name and ask them your question.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
My name is Malcolm. I live in LA.
Hey, Malcolm.
So before I answer my question, I have one thing to say to Azim about that walk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What
You better work.
Yes, working
Brittany.
So I have a question for Sierra Hana. So first of all, I love the hell out of that Street Fighter Power Rangers crossover you did with Jason David Frank. God
you.
rest his soul. So, will you ever be down to do another crossover with Street Fighter again? Because I would love to see more of that.
Yeah, I would absolutely be down for a beatdown. But it definitely would be different just because Jason is the one who brought me into that, and I just respect him so much and have so much love for him, and I felt very confident by his side. So I would do it definitely to honor him, but it would be very hard. But I would, yeah.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Hi, my name's Russell. I was in this room in 2012 when you guys revealed yourself to the world for the first time.
OG.
And now that it's 12 years later, like you guys were in your early 20s, and then now that you're in your 30s, what would you say you've grown the most? How have you grown the most from 2012 to now?
That's a good question.
Wow. How long have you got?
Yeah, all the time in the world.
Okay, I'll start. I guess I'm gonna keep this short because we got a lot of us. But in a nutshell, last night when we went out to dinner, I was among the first people to leave. That's very different from me. I'm usually the last person to leave, and usually I would have to get asked to leave. And so now I'm able to read those cues a little bit better. And I think it's easy for a lot of us to kind of think like, oh yeah, you've got a microphone, so you must figure out how everything works. But a lot of us still have to figure out how things work, just like you guys do. So it's really good to just keep learning and keep growing, I think. That'd be me.
There it is.
That's great, Azim. Well, 12 years ago, when I was in this room, I was so scared and nervous. I did not know what to do. And now this room feels like home, and it feels like it's filled with family. So that's a big difference that I notice today.
Awesome. Thanks, Christina.
Well said.
Thanks, Christina.
I would say that like confidence is still a thing. I mean, when we were in this room, I remember like watching back at that video is so funny because they call our name, we step forward and went, and then step back, and like the grin. I remember I was smiling so much that day that my face was like shaking. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what Christina said. It just feels natural now. It feels like home, you know. It feels like family. So confidence is like still a thing, you know. I was a baby. We were 20 years old. We were
20 when, yeah.
No, we were 20. We were 20, and then we just turned 21.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was. Yeah.
I think I was 21.
I was
I don't know.
27.
Anyway, so we were babies. We were children. So, yeah, confidence is like a thing that I think we go through life and still learn that, but it's grown since then.
I've
Thanks,
learned.
John.
Thank you, John. Great job, John. I've learned to appreciate moments more. I at that age, throughout my 20s in general, I felt like I was always trying to get to the next thing or rushing. I rushed a lot. That was a huge thing. And so now, at my age now, and I've had a son, I've learned stillness and to enjoy moments and really take it in. And that's probably my biggest takeaway from the last 10, 12 years. And I've really have found inner peace and enjoyed every conversation, every moment versus trying to get to the next. It's quite wonderful. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, Thanks, Laura. That's deep, yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback that. Finding what keeps my peace and how I'm giving my energy out has been a really big thing. Also, rushing into things, slowing down so I don't miss my exit, knowing how I exit one thing is how I'm gonna enter another thing. Feeling my anger other than acting on my anger, just embracing life and the ups and downs. Like I was sharing, I guess, before at the Robo Night is, in this way, like balls don't bounce in the air. You got to hit the ground to bounce back up, and to stay cool, calm, and collected in that. There's opportunities and there's blessings in the breaking. That's what I've learned, and that's what's allowed me to ascend to in my life to a better place, and to be there for my family. Also, not rushing around just for a career, knowing that family for me, my faith is the most important thing, and to be with them and spend quality time with them is the most important thing. I can skip any job; they'll just continue. They'll come. But family's forever. These guys are our family. What else? Just letting go of things that aren't serving me, that are just holding me back, like strongholds or vices, and really just being aware of those things, so that I can, not only have empathy for other people, but have empathy for myself to keep positive self-talk. Because I also, just like all these guys, was scared up here and nervous. And you guys all become like our family. I mean, you were here 10 years ago, man. This is completely amazing. Like, you're an OG yourself. And all of you guys are OGs, and we just appreciate your support. So allowing all these things to not affect us in any negative ways to make us nervous, but fuel us to continue to be confident and to hopefully inspire you guys and start with self. That's, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks, Drew.
Great question. Thank you, brother.
Hi, my name is Dominic Regginato. I hope you all know me. So
good night.
I have a question for Christina. Episode Rico the Robot, like Rico wasn't really evil, he was kind of good.
Yes.
Like the flashing light turned evil back to good and you set him free. I know you were going to cry because you missed him.
I do miss Rico. I wish Rico was in every episode. I wish Rico had a bigger arc in his story. Rico was that episode was so fun. Remember who came with me when Rico got lost to help me find Rico?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, you guys don't remember.
I don't remember
playing
Rico
soccer.
the Robot.
We're in the park that day.
Maybe I was by myself.
You're on your
Was,
bike.
was Rico the one you had a picnic with?
Yeah.
And we took pictures.
That might have been me.
Yeah, and we had bikes. We were like looking for him on a bicycle.
No, bikes would be.
Christina, right? Or
Anyways, yes, I loved Rico. Rico was a great character, and I wish we got more of him because he was great.
Thank
I mean,
you.
they
Great
were
question.
And the episode Song of Harmony, though, Bloom, Bloom the Flower, though, your singing was beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad you like that song.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Great
you.
question.
Thank you.
And one more.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
Hi, I'm Greg from Illinois.
How you doing, Greg?
Greg.
So,
since there's like 30 years of history of Power Rangers, and you've had 30 years of Red Rangers, Yellow Rangers, Blue Rangers, certain traits start to get associated with different like colors of the Rangers. What do you think you guys got to add to be like, this is my Red Ranger thing, this is my Pink Ranger thing, this is my Yellow Ranger thing, Black Ranger, Blue Ranger, like, what do you think you added to that, like, kind of
special sauce
legacy?
Yeah.
I think for me, I know yellow doesn't, I mean, it's red's the leader, and I think with Gia, she's such a force that she liked taking that leading role whenever she needed to. So that's kind of something I think Gia added to that. And then you guys can now answer.
I really liked that I got to give Noah a pep talk. I don't feel like that was kind of the traditional Black Ranger thing. Normally that would be, I don't know, I think one of the girl Rangers, the Pink Ranger or like a Red Ranger, would give the pep talk to somebody who wasn't feeling confident enough. So I loved that I got to bring that to it. That was one of my favorite bits that we shot.
Yeah. I would say running everywhere is probably one of the things that we brought to the table. We could teleport one time, and then we ran.
But we chose to run.
We chose to run.
We wanted to.
Endurance is very important.
You know what's funny is we even talked about we joked, and we were like, guys, we should get Azim like a van. And then we roll around in a van. Do you remember that? And we were going to be like Scooby-Doo and the Funky Bunch. But no, I would say, running everywhere.
The special sauce we brought that I brought to my character was to be a leader that wasn't going to be showing all of his emotions, because if he's showing all of his emotions, then he's going to be weak to the people that he's supposed to be leading them, right? And then I was trying to find moments where I could find some play, like when we were at the soccer stadium, and he was telling me jokes about granite, and I was just playing with my eyebrows to just kind of lighten it up. But that's what I was trying to do, is actually show children, when you're a leader, you have to embrace everything that's happening, and you can't show it all on your body. But that doesn't really translate that much into Power Rangers. But that's something that I try to do even more into my life. When you're under a lot of stress, it's either going to make you or it's going to break you. But you don't want to break in front of the people that you're leading. They're looking up to you for stability. They're looking up to you for encouragement, for motivation, for confidence going into the battle. So that's something I brought to the table. I tried to, at least.
Great question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh wait, Christina didn't go. Sorry, Christina.
For Emma, I like that she was like soft and kind, but then she also had this toughness about her on her BMX bike. So I like that she had both of those worlds, like they both could exist in one, which I thought was really cool for her.
BMX.
So I got told we have to wrap this at 11:55. So I just I'm very sorry we didn't get to all of the questions, but these fine people have booths on the floor. I do want
rapid fire.
We can do 2 rapid fires and then closing question and maybe a morph if we're up for it. Yeah. You always, it's Power Morphicon. You got to do that.
Oh no.
All right. We got 2 rapid fire questions, then closing questions. So.
Rapid fire?
Okay, so this is a little weird for a question, but
I can't hear you. What's up, bud?
it's a little weird for a question, but were you satisfied with the color you were given?
Huh?
This is to everyone in the panel.
Yeah.
Were you satisfied with the color that you were given for a Ranger?
The color you got. Were you satisfied?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Rapid fire.
Okay, rapid fire next.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
Machine gun.
Yeah. Though I never got my explanation. That's true.
Hit it.
All right, so my question is also for everyone. Is there anything from Gokaiger that you wish had been in Super Megaforce?
Yes.
Ooh, I wish we were actually princesses right? Because they were.
I wish we were angels.
Yeah.
Pirates.
That was the Angels was Goseiger. Gokaiger was Superman.
Both.
Oh yeah, I wish we were real angels.
I wish we were like stealing things.
I was just gonna say thieves. That would be kind
Yeah,
of
thieves. Yeah. Because they started from a place of villainy, and then they had to go to a place of good from there.
Thank you so much, bud.
It was fun.
Yo, I'm Anthony. I'm from Georgia. I got a question for the Red Ranger actor. In the episode of where Troy was training blindfolded,
Yep.
were you actually blindfolded? Could you actually see?
That was a blindfold, and I could see, but not too well.
Okay.
Like 30% visibility. Yeah.
All right, closing question. I always like to ask anytime I'm interviewing Power Rangers. We, as fans, always learn important lessons when we watch the show. From being on the show, what did you learn from being on the show? What valuable life lesson?
It takes an army to get anything done, and you got to grant a lot of grace for people that have learning curves, and putting something together. It takes time. Be patient.
I think I learned more teamwork. Just because I am the eldest child, I tend to do things on my own to get it done. And with filming with a whole team and group and crew and everything, you have to work together to make a shot work, to make even at home work, to clean the bathroom, the kitchen. I learned teamwork big time, which was nice.
Just believing in yourself. You're good enough. You are enough. Yeah. I just keep going back to that confidence thing. It's a good one.
I like all those. Believe in yourself, teamwork.
Yeah. Be assertive in
Be
your own
assertive.
ways.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Chris. Check. That family can be anybody. You guys look around this room. You guys could all decide that you're going to be family.
Yes.
Because none of us chose each other. We were cast, and then we decided to become family, and then we did. Yeah. And now here we are, 12 years later, and still going. Really so you can actually decide to do that. You can find somebody, introduce yourself out of nowhere, and become their family member.
Yeah.
Blood makes you related. Loyalty means your family.
You can. Don't even give you that.
Thank you.
Okay, so like I said, it's not a Power Morphicon panel if we don't have the Power Rangers morph. So everyone get your cameras out, get your phones ready. I'm going to slide this if anyone wants to use it. All right, there we go. I'm going to let you guys take it from here.
What are we doing? Oh my goodness.
It's this. We have to open that. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we have to stagger. That's right. Yeah,
We have to stagger. That's right. We have to stagger. Oh yeah, we got to stagger. So it's there. Yeah, go in front.
Wait, show us the moves again.
It's
Pull
this,
it.
this.
Card out.
Card out.
Here.
Yes.
And then go. Remember, circle it around.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
That's why we have to stagger.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's this.
Yep. Card.
This.
Circle around. Hold it.
Shut it.
Shut it. And then blast it.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
I don't know. Okay, ready.
Ready? One,
Three,
two,
two,
three.
three.
It's Morphin' time!
No, listen up.
Oh, damn it.
You guys call 1, 2, 3. How about that? You guys call 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's Morphin' time! Yeah.
You can find all these people at their booths at the show floor. Let's give it up for the cast of Megaforce, everybody.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. You guys are amazing.
Oh, that's funny. That's